The first word is thank you, Mel Robbins. I'm living in Austria in the Alps for the last 8 years. I lived in Vienna, so I am in Austria for the last 12 years. I never intended to post on YouTube. I never intended to post on English because English is not a language where I have talking exercise. I always jump between 2 or 3 languages, but really English talking it's I don't have the chance here, or too less. I hope you find this video with a thank you, and I will start to post on my channel my story because I was inspired by you and by another video authors, but you and Joe Dispenza changed my life. So short, in 2021 I was 53 and I fall in love with a farmer here in the mountains in the Alps, and it was everything just perfect. How do you say it? It was more than just perfect, and until it wasn't. And it was such a shock that I couldn't understand anything, despite my previous life experiences and shocks and trauma and education and call it. And I needed 3.5 years to find out the terms of toxic relationship and narcissistic personalities. And after making my researches, I'm very good on it. I studied journalism, and investigation was one of my dear, how do you say it, my strongest point. From the moment I found out the definitions, the terms, what is happening, narcissistic relationship, toxic relationship, my brain got something from me. But what is maybe relevant from people who are struggling in their relationship, doesn't matter what age. After that point, I needed another year after I left him and after I started to research what is going on. I needed another year to really understand the mechanism of these relationships, the dimensions of the destroying the nervous system, and to accept and to integrate the fact that indeed I was in love as never before in my life at such dimension. I was in love and I lived with a narcissist. And it took me another year to really start another kind of healing And what I discovered this spring 2026, it was that writing a book about this process and about my history, I came on the idea to grab an old box with journaling and letters which I was written about 30 years ago, and I found out that my mother was a very strong narcissist. This is another story, but the main idea here in my process is that moving the focus from healing my last trauma with this relationship on finding out what happening in my childhood and in my youth years, as I was 20, 22, 23. This helps me a lot to take distance from the narcissistic partner, because the trigger is I moved out, I go back and I moved out again 1.5 years ago, but I don't have another choice at the moment than having a small apartment about 5 minutes by foot away from this farm and this everything what he does here. And every bike riding, every jogging, everything, everywhere where I look, I see his animals, his farm. So my nervous system it's still in alarm, and this is of course one of the priority to move out. But this video from you, and I'm now in the field, as you can see. I don't have much internet, but when I'm home I will put in the description of this video, I will put the link to that video of you. I think it's an older video. This was so inspired because 2 years ago I wanted to end my life. I couldn't do it, but the broken heart syndrome was very realistic on the physical way, and crazy stuff happened. And I'm not sure I will post in English next, but I'm definitely inspired by you to make from my story another inspiration source for people, especially for women which are struggling in relationships, which are ignoring their intuition, and which are thinking that in name of the love they can repair everything. No, you cannot repair on yourself when you are with somebody who doesn't want to work with you. Thank you, and yeah, bye bye.